Hey, welcome. This is Rob Hoyt. I'm the Chi Mind Master. And the whole point of this process is, again, if you watch some of the previous videos, is for you to learn how to optimize certain brainwave states. Alpha being one of the states that I recommend that you learn first and foremost how to go into. And how will you know if you're an alpha without having an EEG machine to verify that? Well, early signs of going into alpha are you're kind of daydreamy. You feel really calm, really peaceful. The body will kind of tell you and give away what the brain is doing. If you're alert, focused, in what they call a state of fight or flight, you're in beta most likely. Now remember, beta is got a huge variance in terms of how many cycles per second your brainwave can be. Beta is 12 to 38 cycles per second. At high beta, you're probably in a survival mode. You're probably in sort of a life or death situation. The brain is on overload, and it's actually, remember this, as the requirement of what's going on with you, if it goes from, well, you just need to remember the speed of light, which is 186,000 miles per second, or 671 million miles per hour. That's not something that's the same as you need to get out of trouble, you're about to be mugged, your house is on fire, those kind of things, okay? That's clearly a beta situation. So I'm trying to just walk you through this so that you understand that brainwave technology is the key here. All the scientific research is starting to show this. Let me give you an example. They're doing studies using CAT scans of meditation experts, people who've been meditating for probably, I think it's 20 years minimum. And they want to see what happens when a person goes into a meditative state. What they found is parts of the part of the brain that's called the neocortex, which is the last part of our brain to evolve, is lit up. I mean, it's the more you relax, the more you harness and can tap into your brain. It really, doesn't that make sense? Okay. So these research are using CAT scans, and they're noticing what happens when somebody gets into either alpha, which is 8 to 12 cycles per second, or theta, which is 3 to 8 cycles per second. Now, I'm saying as you get better at this, the goal eventually is for you to learn to get into what we call deep theta. Deep theta is the waking dream state. It's the lucid dreaming state. So again, remember the technology. There's a reason when you listen to my Naked Truth series, and I call that for a reason, because the naked truth is you're limitless. The naked truth is you're infinite. And so sometimes we have to strip away the wardrobe of limitations. So that's why I'm calling it that, okay? So here, the training that I'm giving you and providing you with, there's a reason why on some of these CDs that I've recorded for YouTube that I'm echoing my words, that we're putting music in the background. The music in the background has been well established. It's called the Mozart effect. I specifically recorded music that I was playing using a synthesizer in 4/4 time. I have some musical background. Very minimal, but enough to play what they call nonsense chords. I was specifically playing music that had no real melody, but it was repeating in a 4/4 60 beat per minute rhythm. That's what Mozart effect music has been shown to be, so why not put it back in the background, okay? That will operate in a very automatic fashion because it's called the law of resonance. As you hear that music in the background, a part of you begins to respond to it. And so that's the explanation of the music that you'll hear. And the second thing that's being utilized is the echoing of words. and the wave effect. And I talk about it on a couple of these programs where I talk about the waves, waves of wisdom and the waves of words. Okay? And those are intended to help you to go into alpha. And if you really let go and really get into the imaginative effects of this, you can go into theta. And in that state, the brain has been proven to be more resourceful, more receptive, and that what you imagine becomes your reality. Okay? So this is really the technology behind what I've termed along the way. I called it, at one point I called it solographic sound technologies, or SST, and then I just moved it simply to call it dream speak. A dream speak, it's obvious what that's telling you. At some point I'm going to be doing a YouTube video called The Power of Sleep Learning. And again, that brainwave is called delta. And sleep is still a functional learning place, a functional learning state. Obviously, it's a place where you can work some things out. You can have some healthy, healing dreams. And you can learn to really do lucid dreaming while you're asleep. I want to thank you, just a basic explanation of the technology. And I want to wish you well in mastering your brainwave state, and in so doing, awakening and tapping into your infinite mind power. Thanks a lot. This is Rob Hoyt, the Chi Mind Master, wishing you all the best in astounding yourself. Take care.